Hello, everyone. Welcome to Miss Debbie's Bedtime Stories with me, Miss Debbie. Thank you for tuning in this evening. I have four stories to share that I think you'll enjoy. Kind of new. I don't think I've ever read them to you before. So tuck into Lily White's party, and uh, maybe you've got your little iPad or even on a phone. You can listen to the stories. So. Let's start. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you today? I hope you had a great day. These autumn days are beautiful with the leaves are colorful. The trees are starting to show their brown branches, which I love to see silhouetted against the sky, which is full of tumbly clouds and, blue skies. It's just my favorite time of year. So, did you get dropped off at Grandma's house today, or maybe you went to school or preschool? Maybe you went to your cousin's house, or um, somewhere else, dropped off at a friend's house to play. Sometimes my mommy brings me over to my friend's house to play. Sometimes she's gone a little while, and sometimes she's gone all day. But my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back to get me. My mommy comes back, she always comes back, she never would forget me. I like that song. I used to sing it to myself when my son was 2 years old. And I never forgot him. So let's do Thumpkin. You have your fists, you can put them in your lap. Follow along with me. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Tall Lady? Where is Tall Lady? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, ma'am? Very well, I thank you. Stride away. Stride away. Where is Ring Man? Where is Ring Man? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, dude? Very well, I thank you. Skip away. Skip away. So that's fun. I think Pinky's like a little kid, and Tall Lady, she doesn't run, she strides. She takes big, long walks, walking strides. But anyway, squeeze your hands together, squeeze your fingers, shake them out, play the piano. That feels good, actually. Oh, okay. I don't know. Whenever I do, bedtime stories, I get sleepy too. Just so you know, I go to bed early too. Especially now, it's dark. I mean, it's dark right after supper, and I'm looking to go to bed right away. This is a fun book called Night Animals Need Sleep Too by Gianna Marino. It's a really cute story about animals who sleep in the day and are awake at night. And we've done some stories like that before. So, here's a funny picture on the front. Here is a bird trilling his song. Look at all those notes. And here is a possum hanging by his tail and sleeping. I don't know much about possums. I'd have to look it up in a book. I don't know if we have them here in New Jersey. Or is it really true that they sleep upside down or play dead a lot? They just like, did you ever see a dog play dead, just flops down and sticks his legs up in the air so people will leave him alone? But anyway, that's the possum. And he's kind of giving the eye, the evil eye, to this bird who's waking him up when he wants to be asleep. Night Animals Need Sleep Too by Gianna Marino. And this is published by Viking Press. So there's that possum again, looking all sleepy-eyed. And there is a, what kind of animal is that? Looks like a skunk. If you said skunk, I think you're right. And the skunk says, "Hey, possum, what's wrong?" He's looking a little sleepy-eyed himself. And the possum said, "It's too bright. I need somewhere dark and quiet to sleep." So it's the daytime is when they sleep, but they still need a quiet and dark place to fall asleep. So don't we all? And the skunk says, "How about we sleep in that cave?" "Looks dark and quiet," said Possum. "All right, let's go in the cave." "Well, what is that buzzing sound?" "Buzz, bees." And the bear said, "Ouch, run." You don't want to be involved with bees when you're trying to go to sleep. So they're running. "Possum, watch out." What for? He's looking back at the bees, and guess what? He's not looking where he's going. And thunk, kind of knocked himself silly, as they say. "Oh dear. How about we sleep in that tree?" says Bear. And they went up the tree and found a hole. And they said, "Ah, it's nice and peaceful." And the bear said, "Do you hear something?" Crunch, 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 crack. "Timber!" yells the beaver. The beaver chomped the tree in half. "Beaver!" calls out Skunk as they all fall down. Uh-oh, thinks Possum. Not good to fall out of a tree. Oh boy. And Possum landed. Look at how badly he landed, and his eyes are shut, and he's thinking, "Oh, just go away." And the bear said, "Oh no, did I kill Possum?" No, the beaver said that. "Did I kill Possum?" And the skunk said, "Are you dead again?" Because remember, possums like to play dead. They'll lay down in front of a fierce enemy and play dead. So now they're going into a cave hole. And Bear is looking down. It looks like Beaver is dragging the possum down, who still has his eyes closed. The skunk is up ahead, and they hear poofed. And somebody says, "What is that smell?" Well, Skunk went poofed, because skunks are stinky. And something that was in the cave said, "Oh, what is that smell?" Cough, cough, cough. And then a wolf cub pops his head out. "Skunks don't belong in wolf dens." And Beaver is carrying Possum, who's still playing dead. But look at his eye is starting to open. He's just fooling. And Beaver said, "That looks cozy and quiet. A tent. Did you go camping this summer? I love sleeping in a tent." So they get in that beautiful, cozy, quiet green tent. And Possum says, "Can you move over?" And Beaver says, "You're alive." And Bear says, "Do you hear something?" Crackle, crunch, crunch, crackle, crackle. Sounds like somebody's walking through leaves. And then zip. Somebody opened the zipper, a boy and a girl. And ooh, skunk made a pooey smell again. Poofed. You see that kind of yellowy thing is supposed to be the skunk smell. And you can tell because it looks like Possum went upside down again. So here's Bear, here's the wolf cub, this pewy skunk, and the beaver, and a possum upside down playing dead again. So poofed. The skunks do that when they get scared. They poof and they smell. And then the children are running away. Night animals. And everyone else is running away. Run, said the wolf cub. Run, said the skunk, as he's still poofing because he's still scared. And Possum is still playing dead in the tent. They're having a busy time of it. And now it's nighttime when they're supposed to be awake. We'll never get any sleep, says Beaver. And the bird said, "Sleep? It's almost dark." And the bear said, "Almost dark?" Look, the skunk left a pewy stink behind over the tent. I think, I don't know, is that Possum still in the tent? Could be. Isn't this a great book? And I think that's a bat. And the bat says, "Time for night animals to wake up." Bats are night animals too. So they're all looking like, "Oh my gosh, we didn't sleep last night and now it's time to get up. Oh boy, are we tired." Boo hoo hoo. Somebody's crying, and there's Possum coming out of the tent. Isn't this the best book? I love this book. I'll have to look for more books from this splendid author. Gianna, Marino. Night animals need sleep too. Miss Debbie needs sleep too. I'll try not to yawn while I tell other stories. Well, let's get ready for bed. This is the way we wash our face, wash our face, wash our face. This is the way we wash our face before we go to bed. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we comb our hair before we go to bed. This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth before we go to bed. This is the way we blow a kiss, blow a kiss, blow a kiss. This is the way we blow a kiss before we go to bed. Very important before you go to bed, especially brush your teeth and comb your hair so it doesn't get knotty, and wash your face. You might take a bath, and always blow a kiss to whoever's tucking you in. And in the morning, you're going to do those same things again. You're going to start your day with washing your face, combing your hair, and brushing your teeth, and blowing a kiss, or just saying good morning, right? Okay. Well, it's time as the sun is setting. Day is done, gone the sun. From the land, from the hills, from the sky, all is well. Safely rest. Sleep is nigh. Sleep is near. That's what nigh means, near. But it rhymes nicely, doesn't it? Okay. And who comes out? Yeah, I said before, it gets dark early. Right after supper, it's getting dark. and you could pop outside and see the first star in the sky, which I call Twinkle. And Twinkle is up there all night. He's the brightest star in the sky. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. Can you make a wish that'll give you sweet dreams? How about, I don't know, what's a good wish for a kid? You're the kid. Tell me your good wishes. I have grown-up wishes. You know what I wish for? I wish for a new dress. I would like a new dress, maybe a party dress, and shoes to go with it. How's that for a wish? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, thank you for watching over us as we sleep. Now, Twinkle goes away when the sun comes up, so Twinkle can get sleep. So you could say he's a night animal. He's a night star. The sun is a daytime star. So, these things you're learning about your world today. Let's do skidamarink. Skidamarink, a dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. Skidamarink, a dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skidamarink, a dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I like that song. Mommy, I want to sleep in your bed. Sometimes we just don't want to sleep alone, and it's okay. I sometimes sleep with my dog, or this little person is a dog who's sleeping with his teddy bear. Mommy, I Want to Sleep in Your Bed by Harriet Ziefert and pictures by Elliot Krylov. You know what it's like to want to sleep in Mommy's bed. Published by Blue Apple Books. And Daddy is taking the little doggy into his own room, which says Charlie's room, and Charlie is crying. Why is Charlie crying? Ooh, look at those pictures. It was dark outside except for the street lamps. It was time for everyone to go to sleep. Look at the stars in the sky. Isn't that a beautiful picture with the green trees and the red car? Charlie's mommy covered the bird cage. I have a little bird and I cover the bird cage and he goes to bed. Good night, sleepy parakeet, she said. Daddy is feeding baby a bottle. And Charlie is playing on the floor with a little rabbit. Charlie's daddy sent the bunny to his cage. Charlie kissed him good night. Good night, sleepy bunny. Then Daddy turned off the lights and everybody went upstairs. Mommy put the baby in her crib in baby's room. Good night, sleepy baby, she whispered. Daddy helped Charlie put on his pajamas and tucked him in. He kissed him on the head. Good night, sleepy boy. Charlie doesn't look too happy in that picture. Then Mommy and Daddy went into their bedroom and closed the door. Mommy's already in bed reading a book. Good night, Mommy and Daddy. Soon everyone was fast asleep. Bunny is fast asleep. Baby is fast asleep. Mommy and Daddy are fast asleep. Parakeet is fast asleep. Uh-oh. Charlie's not in his bed. That means he's not asleep. Everyone but Charlie. He opened the door to his room. Charlie stood outside his parents' room and cried, "I want to sleep in your bed." Daddy opened the door. "We all sleep in our own beds," he said. "The bird is in her cage, the bunny is in his, and your sister is in her crib." "But I want to sleep in your bed," cried Charlie. Daddy carried Charlie back to his room. That's why Charlie's crying. "Children sleep in their own beds," said Daddy, "and grown-ups sleep in theirs." Daddy pulled up Charlie's covers and sat with him for a while. "Close your eyes," he whispered. "Soon you'll be asleep." Then he left the room. Charlie closed his eyes, but he did not fall asleep. He threw off his covers and ran to his parents' room. Charlie cried, "I want to sleep in your bed. I can't go to sleep in mine." "Yes, you can," said Charlie's mother. "I'll help you." "Look, Charlie, the bunny is asleep in his bed. The bird is asleep in her cage. And your sister is asleep in her crib." Shh. Then Charlie's mommy walked him to his room. "Here's your bedtime friend," said Mommy. "I don't want it," said Charlie. "Aren't you sleepy?" asked Mommy. "I don't know how to fall asleep," answered Charlie. "Close your eyes," said Mommy. "I'll tell you a story." Charlie closed his eyes and listened. Soon Charlie heard his mother leave the room. He still wanted to sleep in his parents' bed, but he knew he should stay in his own room. He picked up his bedtime friend and said, "Now I'm going to put you to sleep." Then he dragged a doll's bed across the floor and put it next to his own big bed. Charlie pulled up the covers and tucked in his fuzzy friend. "Close your eyes," he said. "I'll tell you a story." Charlie began. "Once upon a time there was a little boy who didn't want to sleep in his bed, and so he stood outside his mommy and daddy's room crying." Charlie did not tell any more of the story. He was fast asleep in his own bed. Good night, Charlie. Isn't that sweet? Good. Good night, Charlie. Let's see. I like that story. Makes me sleepy. Oh. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes, blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes, blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes, blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink one eye, wink, wink. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink one eye, wink, wink. Oh, maybe you have to yawn. If you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink one eye, wink, wink. Did you ever see like your grandpa or dad falling asleep in the chair? They kind of like their head drops. Well, that's called nodding off. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head, nod, nod. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head, nod, nod. If you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head, nod, nod. Oh, this will keep you refreshed. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath. In through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath. Ah, if you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. You'll start yawning. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath. Ah, that feels good. I'm still yawning. It's time for Lily White's party. For me, and we know, some of us know, Lily White's party means the lily white sheets that you go to sleep on. We have funny names for colors. Like lily white is the color of a flower that's a lily. It's very white. Or sometimes red is called ruby red, like a ruby. Midnight blue for the sky at night. Emerald green, like an emerald. What other colors and descriptions can you think of? Maybe you think of midnight black. Let me know. This is called Oliver Finds His Way by Phyllis Root, illustrated by Christopher Denise. This is a cute book. Takes place in the autumn. Look at those beautiful trees, just like the color of our trees. And here's Mommy Bear putting wash on the line. Birds are sitting on the wash line. There's the little bear, and there's Papa Bear. Oh, Papa Bear has got a rake. He must be raking leaves. And little bear is just having a snack on the porch. There's his cup of milk, and he's eating an apple. Apples are plentiful this time of year. They've become ripe, and then we can make applesauce and apple pies. This book is published by Candlewick Press. While Mama hangs the wash out and Papa rakes the leaves, Oliver chases a big yellow leaf that's blowing in the wind. He chased the leaf down the hill, away from the house, around a clumpy bush, a bush that's low to the ground, under a twisty tree, all the way to the edge of the woods. Wow. All across that field to the edge of the woods. Oliver looked for the leaf. No leaf. Oliver looked for his house. No house. Mama? Papa? Oliver calls. And he begins to run. He runs to a tree. That's not the twisty tree that he went around. He runs to a bush. That's not the clumpy bush. All alone at the edge of the woods, Oliver starts to cry. Oliver is lost. Don't worry, it's got a good ending. Poor Oliver. Oliver cries and cries and cries. But he is still lost. Crying isn't helping him find his way. Oliver rubs his nose and tries to think. He thinks and thinks and thinks. Isn't he cute, standing in his thinking position? All alone at the edge of the woods, Oliver has an idea. Roar! He lets out a big, bellowing bear roar. And another one even louder. Roar! Did you ever hear a bear roar in real life? Neither did I, and I don't want to. And one more. Roar! Even louder. So loud he could shake the leaves off the tree. From far away, Under a tree, around a bush, and up a hill, Oliver hears Mama roaring back. Oliver hears Papa roaring back. Oliver runs and runs under the twisty tree. Look how cute he is. Around the clumpy bush. Up the hill, all the way to his very own house with a pile of leaves and wash on the line. He's just a little bear. All the way to Mama and Papa with tumble-down hugs and a big yellow leaf just for Oliver. That story had a happy ending. Told you so. I like that book. I love that book about little Oliver. Now it's really time for bed. Go hippity-hop to bed. I'd rather stay up instead. When Mother says must, there's nothing but just go hippity-hop to bed. One more story, please. Okay. Fletcher and the Falling Leaves. This one is about a little fox and the falling leaves by Julia Rawlinson. Pictures by Tiffany Beek. Don't you love books? Don't you love bedtime stories? I'll bet you could draw a picture like that. That's nice. This is published by Green Willow Books. Look at Fletcher. What kind of birds do you think those are? Blue jays or bluebirds? What other birds are blue? I don't know. The world was changing. Each morning when Fletcher bounded out of the den, everything seemed just a little bit different. The rich green of the forest was turning to a dusty gold, and the soft swishing sound of summer was fading to a crinkly whisper. Fletcher's favorite tree looked dull, dry, and brown. Fletcher was beginning to get worried. I think my tree is sick, said Fletcher. What's wrong with it? His mother asked. Its leaves are turning brown, said Fletcher. Don't worry, it's only autumn, she said. And here they are at their little supper campfire. He's talking to his mommy. Fletcher ran back to his tree and patted the rough bark. Don't worry, it's only autumn, he said. You'll be feeling better soon. Have you touched a tree lately? Have you hugged a tree lately? But the tree didn't get better. Each day, more leaves turned brown. One morning, the wind blew a small brown leaf off of a branch. Fletcher jumped up and caught it very gently in his paw. Don't worry, tree. I've got your leaf. I'll fix you. Fletcher looked around, picked a piece of grass, and carefully tied the leaf to a branch. Just then, another gust of wind ruffled Fletcher's fur. The little leaf shook itself free and fluttered back to the ground. Fletcher picked it up again and thought very hard. Then he poked the leaf onto a twig and pushed it down firmly. Now you hold on tight, said Fletcher. No more flying around. The little leaf gave a tiny rustle in reply. The next day, a strong wind was blowing through the forest. Fletcher rushed out of the den and ran all the way to his tree. Lots of branches were bare, and little lost leaves spun everywhere. Don't worry, tree, I'll catch them for you, I promise. Round and round and round whirled Fletcher after the swirling leaves. Leaves? Wonderful! Just what I need for my nest, said Squirrel. But these belong to the tree, said Fletcher. Don't take them away. The tree doesn't need them anymore, said the squirrel, bounding off. Help, help! The wind and the squirrel are stealing our leaves, cried Fletcher. Where's that squirrel? Leaves, terrific, just what I need to keep warm, said a porcupine, rolling around in a pile of leaves. But these belong to the tree, said Fletcher, plucking leaves from the porcupine's needles. Not any more, snuffled the porcupine, and away he rolled. Help, help! The wind, the squirrel, and the porcupine are stealing our leaves, cried Fletcher. Suddenly, a flock of friendly birds swooped down from the sky. They picked up the leaves in their beaks and poked them onto the tree's branches. Soon the tree was leafy again, and Fletcher flopped down and smiled. That's a pretty picture. Thank you, birds, thank you, he gasped as the birds fluttered away. He lay looking up through the leaves at the sky and drifted off to sleep. But the wind continued to blow, and the branches still danced. The leaves shivered and shook themselves and began to wriggle free. They tossed and turned and twitched and twirled and tumbled to the ground. They brushed Fletcher's ears and nose and filled his dreams with a whispering sound. When Fletcher finally woke up, he couldn't believe his eyes. Instead of a roof of dancing leaves, all he could see were bare branches against the sky. Oh, tree, I am so sorry, gulped Fletcher. All your leaves are gone. But then he saw high in the branches one small leaf still hanging on. I won't let the wind steal that one, said Fletcher, and he began to climb. He crawled along to the last leaf and held it firmly onto its branch. All day long the wind blew, the branch bounced, and Fletcher held tight. I'll stay with you, leaf, he said. Don't worry. But then, with a sudden whoosh of wind, the branch bounced high. With a plip, the leaf let go and fluttered like a little flag clutched in Fletcher's paw. Fletcher looked sadly at the leaf he had promised to save. He carried it carefully down the tree and back to the den. He made a cozy little bed for it and gently tucked it in. But all night long he could only think of his tree all on its own. At dawn, Fletcher tiptoed outside. The wind had finally stopped blowing and the air was cold. The moon still hung in the clear sky and pale stars glimmered. As he came to his favorite tree, Fletcher saw a magical sight. The tree was hung with it feels good too. The tree was hung with 1,000 icicles shining silver in the early light. You are more beautiful than ever, whispered Fletcher, but are you all right? A tiny breeze shivered the branches, making a sound like laughter. And in the light of the rising sun, the sparkling branches nodded. Fletcher gave his tree a hug. And then he went back to the den for a nice warm breakfast. Wow, that is stunning. I can't wait to see icicles on the trees, but let's enjoy our beautiful weather with the colorful falling leaves while we can. So we're going to row our boat off to dreamland. Are you ready? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Again, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I wish you sweet dreams. I like to lay down and think about what I want to dream about. Maybe playing with my friends or going on a picnic or something, going to a party, going to school. I used to love school. But just remember one thing: you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Good night. Sleep tight, and I wish you wonderful dreams, and I will see you next time.